Babangon sa makabayang serbisyo publiko. Ugnayan ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service sa iba't ibang embahada ng Pilipinas upang maghatid ng impormasyon at kaalaman sa mga kalagayan ng ating mga kapwa Pinoy na naninirahan at nagtatrabaho sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Babangon sa makabayang serbisyo publiko para sa isang makabayang serbisyo publiko para sa overseas Filipino workers. Babangon sa makabayang serbisyo publiko kasama si Ray Sampang dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Isang mapagpalang pagbati po mula dito sa inyong bansang inang bayan, at ito ang programang Babangon sa Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko. Hatid sa inyo ng himpilang Radyo Pilipinas World Service, ang overseas station ng Presidential Broadcast Service, Bureau of Broadcast Services sa ilalim ng Presidential Communications Office. Ako po yung lingkod, Ray Sampang, muli nag-aanyaya sa isa na namang edisyon ng programang ito kung saan makikipag-ugnayan tayo, makikipagtalastasan tayo sa ating mga Philippine Embassies and Consulates sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. Kasama pa rin natin sa ating programa sa paghahatid po nito ang ating mga katuwang naman sa ating Voice of America sa may tinang Tarlac, gayon na rin ang ating mga katuwang sa ating production and technical side. Again, ako po yung lingkod, Ray Sampang. Samahan niyo po kami sapagkat tayo naman ay pupunta dito sa Switzerland. Yes, you heard me right. Switzerland po ang ating tungo ngayong araw na ito. Pupuntahan natin, kakamustahin natin, makikipagtalastasan tayo sa ating mga official, mga consulate officials, dyan po sa ating Philippine Embassy sa Bern, Switzerland. Yan, dyan po sa Bern, Switzerland. Makakasama natin sina Consul General Maria Ana de Vera Sinasi, Deputy Chief of Mission ng Philippine Embassy sa Bern, Switzerland, at si Vice Consul Roel Casaclang, Third Secretary ng Philippine Embassy in Bern, Switzerland. So hindi na ho natin patatagalin ito. Batiin na ho natin. Magandang araw po, Consul General de Vera Sinasi at Vice Consul Casaclang. Si Ray Sampang po ito sa programang Babangon sa Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko.
Hi, good morning Mr. Ray. Good morning from Bern. So umaga po tayo dito. Kasama ko, as you mentioned, kasama ko si Vice Consul Casaclang. So good morning, good afternoon, at saka I don't know, my good evening ba sa mga kababayan natin around the world, and of course, yung mga mahal nating kababayan sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
Thank you po for inviting us for this interview.
It's a pleasure to have you po, Consul General. And of course, si Vice Consul Roel Casaclang.
Good morning po sa lahat ng tagapakinig ng Radyo Pilipinas ngayong araw.
Okay, let me start with the first question for today. Consul General de Vera Sinasi, how would you describe the relationship between the Philippine Embassy and the host country, which in this case, Switzerland?
Well, of course, our relations with Switzerland is very good. So, active yung sinasabi natin yung political relations, so yung mga opisyalis natin, nagmi-meeting palagi, like last year, yung foreign minister si Ignacio Cassis, bumisita siya ng Pilipinas, tapos marami rin tayong mga opisyalis na bumibisita rin dito sa Switzerland. So very active, very friendly, very cordial, and of course economic side, marami tayong investments from Switzerland. Marami rin po tayong mga kababayan na nakatira dito sa Switzerland. So it's a very close, very friendly, and a long-standing relationship. Even before formal relations after the war, the first consulate ata ng Switzerland sa Asia was opened in the Philippines. So talagang malakas po yung relasyon natin with Switzerland.
All right, Consul General Sinasi, how long have you maintained a relationship with Switzerland?
Well, as independent country following World War II, we formally established diplomatic relations with Switzerland in 1957. So this year, we marked 68 years of diplomatic relations.
Medyo matagal-tagal na rin po pala. Well, meron po bang ibang consulate offices or sabihin na nating jurisdiction ng Philippine Embassy sa Switzerland?
Well, yung Philippine Embassy, if you say yung sa bilateral relations, we cover Switzerland as well as Liechtenstein. So Liechtenstein, maliit na bansa yan between Switzerland and Austria. So may ilan rin tayong mga Pilipino dyan. But if you say consular jurisdiction, so consular kasama dyan yung passport, yung mga registration of births, meron po tayong consulate sa Geneva. So ang Switzerland may 26 na cantons siya, parang probinsya. So, yung consulate natin sa Geneva, they cover 2, yung Vaud at saka Geneva. And then the rest, yung consular jurisdiction sa embassy. Tapos may 2 rin tayong consulates sa Zurich at saka sa Ticino. Pero they're headed by honorary consuls. So, mga Swiso sila, pero in-appoint natin to take care of yung not just yung mga Pinoy sa ano nila, sa area nila, but pati sa economic relations, representation for the Philippine government.
And speaking of Filipinos working and residing in Switzerland, do you have a data kung ilan ba talaga ang ating mga kababayang Filipino na nagtatrabaho at naninirahan sa Switzerland?
Yung data po natin, mga estimates lang siya kasi alam nyo naman, ang Switzerland, ano siya, Schengen siya. So, yung parang people are free to enter across borders, whether galing silang France. I mean, hindi ba, like, for example lang, yun sa Japan, pag pumasok sila ng Japan, may tatak yan sa passport. Dito sa Schengen area, parang free ka if it's a Schengen area country. Labas-pasok lang ang mga tao dyan. Although sometimes may border checks, pero di ba walang tatak sa passport. Kaya we can't really estimate the exact number. Pero siguro ang estimate namin siguro mga 10,000 to 14,000 Filipinos in Switzerland.
10,000 to 14,000 Filipinos.
Opo.
And
Opo.
of those number, ilan po ang documented nating mga overseas Filipino workers if you have the numbers?
Yun rin ang isang problema natin. I mean, I wouldn't say it's problem, pero it's hard also to estimate how many undocumented Filipinos we have because nga of, I mean, yun na nga, apart from the Schengen factor, yung Swiss government, they're very strict on privacy. So minsan hindi na yan nare-report. Malalaman lang natin, but syempre, ano yung nalalaman ng embassy or ng consulate natin sa Geneva ay yung mga Pinoy na lumalapit sa amin, but siguro may mga iba dyan hindi natin nalalaman.
Alright.
But anyway, anyone that approaches the embassy or the consulate in Geneva, tinutulungan natin yan.
Okay. Well, on other issues, babalikan ko na lang po later on yung mga Filipinos working and living in Switzerland and kung ano man yung mga kinakailangan nila mga serbisyo sa ating embahada. Ano po. Pero, kamusta naman po yung pagtingin sa atin ng mga Swiss? Tama ba? Tama ba yung reference ko? Na mga taga-Switzerland sa mga Pilipino na nandiyan dyan sa kanilang bansa. How do they see us? Especially when it comes to work and yung cultural exchanges natin.
Well, they see us as hardworking and then very friendly tayo. So we have a lot of Filipino professionals. We also have many Filipinos. I think majority ata ng mga Pilipino dito sa Switzerland, females, women who are married to Swiss nationals. So there's a positive regard naman for Filipinos here. We're not troublemakers. Wala naman tayo masyadong problema for Filipinos living here in Switzerland. So I think positive naman ang ng Swiss sa atin, how they view us.
Alright. On the diplomatic side naman po, ano ba yung mga hakbang na lalo pa nagpapatibay sa diplomatic ties natin with the host country?
Well, As I mentioned earlier, malakas yung ano natin, yung working relationship natin with Switzerland. So if you say diplomatic ties, we have the regular political consultations with Switzerland. So every 2 years yan, nagmi-meet yung mga opisyales ng foreign affairs. And then we discuss all aspects of bilateral relations. So that's how we strengthen yung diplomatic ties natin. And of course, like si Secretary, kung bumiyahe siya, he also meets with Swiss officials. And I think he's met the Swiss foreign minister sa sidelines ng mga UN meetings. So they've met before. So yun yung nagpapalakas talaga yung pag-meet ng mga officials natin at the high level. And of course, for us here at the embassy, we also actively engage yung sinasabi ng Federal Department of Foreign Affairs, yung DFA nila. We actively engage them. Kasi parang minsan kung you just wait for things to happen, hindi ka makikilala, hindi ka maano. So talagang we try to regularly meet them, not just FDFA, but pati yung mga ibang agencies ng Switzerland, including sa Consular Directorate sa Immigration, and even yung sa yung sinasabi ng SECO, yung sa Economic Cooperation.
Yun.
We engage them.
Okay. But how does the embassy conduct outreach program? Do you have outreach programs for our Filipinos working and living in Switzerland?
Okay.
May mga activities po ba tayo na
Ito naman para
ginagawa?
sa mga Pilipino, mga kababayan natin sa Switzerland. So yes, we actively engage our kababayans here. We have our consular outreach programs. We actually resumed our outreach missions kasi last time na-impact kasi ng pandemic eh. So ngayon, we made it a point na talagang lalo na si Ambassador Bernardi is very keen on reaching out to all the Filipinos sa Switzerland. So we will make it regular yung mga outreach missions natin. And we have one upcoming to the city of Chur. So it's in which kind?
Graubünden.
So we will have that on March 29. And then we also hold regular kamustahans with our Filipino community. So last year we had 3 kumustahan sessions. And then of course, we also actively meet them pag may mga activities sila. Or pag may activities ang embassy, we're very active sa social media. So yun in-encourage natin sa Philcom natin na para up to date sila sa mga balita, yung mga official advisories. Mag-follow lang sila sa Facebook or other social platforms including Instagram. Yun po.
So my next question is, well, again, going back to the Filipinos living and working sa Switzerland. You said naman po kanina, Consul, na mga Filipinos sa Switzerland, we're not troublemakers at maganda naman ang tingin nila sa atin dito. Pero, ano yung mga usually mga hinihinging assistance, if ever, ng mga kababayan natin dyan sa Switzerland sa ating embahada?
Okay, so I'll turn it over to our Vice Consul.
Yes, all right, okay.
So he can also share.
Si Vice Consul Roel Casaklang.
Sa office niya kasi he's in charge of the Assistance to National section of the embassy.
All right.
So,
Sige po.
Okay.
All right.
Vice Consul?
All right.
Good morning po ulit, Mr. Sampang.
Opo.
So as mentioned by Consul General Skenazi, I handle the supervise the assistance to nationals dito sa Switzerland and also in Liechtenstein. Pero in fact, as we've mentioned, hindi naman ganong troublemakers yung mga Filipinos dito sa Switzerland. So we don't actually get like regular requests talaga for assistance. But in case, kasi for one, we have to take note then since we are in active coordination with the Swiss authorities from the federal government down to the cantonal level, meron kasing kumbaga assurance in most of the time that they on their own they can provide assistance to migrant populations here in Switzerland. So as mentioned, hindi kadalas yung request for assistance, and if there are madalas mga consular problems, let's say some of them in the past parang they were not able to report, let's say, marriages or births, na bagay yung mga ganon, it has consequences on, let's say, their residence status here in Switzerland. So those are the usual requests of assistance that we get. Pero may mga mangilan-ngilan din na mga major ones. Let's say, some, as mentioned nga by Conjen, given yung porousness of the borders here in the Schengen area, some of the Filipinos, they cross over borders. So, ito yung madalas yung mga vulnerable to abuses and kumbaga abuses from employers, since they don't hold legal papers.
Yes.
Yung sinasabi nga nila dito na sans papier, na ito yung mga vulnerable to abuses by their employers. So we do get those kinds of requests for assistance, and the embassy, in fact, even our consulate general in Geneva, we assist them in helping out these Filipinos resolve their problems with their employers.
All right. So we provide, just if needed, we can provide them with legal assistance.
What we do. And to mention then, in especially in Geneva, we have the migrant workers office there.
Yes.
So they also help out in assisting our Filipinos, particularly yung mga overseas Filipino workers in Geneva and Vaud.
Do we currently have, Vice Consul Casaklang, distressed Filipinos under under the care of the embassy?
Under the care of the embassy, no. Pero we do monitor a few cases. We do monitor a few cases of, domestic abuse. There are some. There are some.
Okay.
Yeah, ito yung mga mga kasal sa Swiss.
All right.
So
All right.
that's one of the.
So they are not under the let's say under the or being housed by the MWO or the embassy. Nasa kanila pa rin silang residence, tama po ba 'yon?
Kasi currently po currently we don't have halfway house here in the embassy. So as mentioned, in fact Switzerland, they do have like non-government organizations, shelters, and these are NGOs and private organizations that provide assistance to migrant nationals. So in cases of mga distress na Filipinos married to Swiss nationals, they can actually avail of these services provided by the private organizations in Switzerland. Either sila directly ng mga distressed nationals, distressed Filipinos contact these organizations, or through coordination with the embassy.
But as of now, we don't have the numbers or figures that could tell us kung ilan sila.
We've only had one case last year. Pero nasa Pilipinas na siya, and actually she just attended to some legal matters here sa Switzerland, but she was assisted by one of the cantonal agencies and in coordination with the embassy and MWO.
Okay.
So actually, if you say these cases of distressed Filipinos, or what we call assistance to national cases, ATN cases, it's a very minimal here in Switzerland.
Well, that's good news. Ano po? Kung gano'n, at medyo secured and safe ang ating mga kababayan, at unless talagang gagawa sila ng hindi maganda, that would violate any laws or rules dyan po sa Switzerland. Pero bago po ako tuluyang magtapos dito sa ating panayam, malapit na ho dito sa Pilipinas ang midterm elections, sa May 2025 midterm elections. And of course, isa po sa mga tinututukan din yung tinatawag po nating absentee voting. Diyan po ba sa ating embahada sa Switzerland, how prepared are we for the midterm elections through absentee voting?
Oh, we are preparing. I mean, of course, we're guided by COMELEC. So anything that we have to do, we rely on the guidance from COMELEC. Kasi ang gagawin dito sa overseas absentee voting, na siya, magiging online voting na siya. So it will be more convenient na rin for Filipinos here in Switzerland kasi alam mo naman na mahal dito sa Switzerland. Mahal lang pamasahe. So many of them parang ayaw nila na pumunta pa ng embassy or ng consulate para lang bumoto. So that's how yung online voting, which will start, it will be done for the first time for this midterm elections. It will make it convenient for Filipinos to cast their vote. Now, ang job namin sa embassy is to disseminate information on online voting, paano mag-register. So, tapos na yung registration period. So, this time naman, we're just waiting for more training from COMELEC to conduct yung online voting, which we will have to share with the Filipino community. And of course, for those, hindi ba, kahit pa paano, may mga kababayan tayo na hirap pa rin sa mga online, di ba? So we plan to open kiosks rin sa embassy and maybe do some field voting, dala-dala yung computer para mag-guide natin yung mga kababayan natin who need assistance. So yun po. Yeah, we've already made announcements. Basta guided kami by instructions from COMELEC po.
Okay. Do you know kung ilan po ang magpa-participate or at least nag-manifest na ng kanilang willingness to participate for that online voting? Doon sa kanina po kasi nabanggit nyo, we have between 10,000 to 14,000 Filipinos. So from that 10,000 to 14,000, would the embassy know kung ilan po yung nag-express ng willingness to use that online voting application?
Well, to answer your question, as of the last, the overseas registration ended on September 30 of last year. So you have like approximately 2,500 registered voters. Including yung mga nakapagkasa ng votes in the past election. So we are expecting that all 2,500 Filipinos will participate dito sa online voting, which happens for the first time.
Okay, so yun medyo. But can we expect that number to go up further, Vice Consul Casaklang?
Primary requirement for an overseas voter is to register with the embassy. If they fail to do so by September 30th last year, then they cannot cast their votes.
Alright. So close na, technically close na, officially close na. Okay. So yun na yun, yung 2,000 something, 2,500 if I heard it correctly. Pero sana yung 2,500 na yun is 100% gamitin talaga nila yung kanilang online application na yan kasi sayang din that's an opportunity to choose yung mga susunod pong mga leaders, national and local leaders dito sa Pilipinas. Okay. And of course, meron po bang mga upcoming consular events or outreach ang ating embahada sa mga susunod na mga linggo or sa mga susunod na buwan? Consul General?
Yun na nga po, Mr. Ray. We have an upcoming consular outreach mission to Chur, which is in the northeastern part of Switzerland. So we will be providing yung mobile consular services natin, including passport issuances, civil registry, and we were able to invite yung Pag-ibig Fund. So they will also do yung mga membership applications. We're still waiting for our other agencies if they want to join us. Like SSS, kasi sila yung mga may opisina sa Milan, sa Italy. But so far, Pag-ibig confirmed their participation. And of course, throughout this year, we are also planning additional consular outreach missions, hopefully once every quarter. And then we also coordinate this with the Filipino community organization in the area. And in relation to the election, we're also planning, as I mentioned, yung field voting para yung mga matulungan namin, yung mga kailangan ng assistance sa pagboto kahit online siya.
Alright. Okay, but before I let you go for this episode, lagi kong tinatanong ito Consul General at Vice Consul sa mga nakakapanayam naming mga ambassadors, maging sa mga iba pa nating mga consulate officials. Ano ba yung pinaka, sabihin nating na gusto, kanina natanong ko na kasi kung ano yung how does the people in Switzerland look at us or yung mga Filipinos, pero ano yung sa pagkain, kasi mayroon madalas akong sinasabi the best way to a person's heart is through his appetite and stomach. Ano ba yung paborito na pagkain ng mga Switzerland na naibigay o napalasa na natin sa kanila and vice versa?
Well, from my encounters, I think adobo. No?
Laging narinig ko adobo na lang.
Adobo. Tapos
Lechon.
lechon. Lechon.
Okay. Alright.
Although it's hard to look for yung magaling maglechon dito sa Switzerland kasi marami silang restrictions.
Oh, okay.
Yung pagluto ng, 'di ba? Hindi lang basta-basta sa oven 'yun, 'di ba? So, yun, may ina-order naman kami at saka nagugustuhan naman ng mga Swiss.
Alright.
Isa pa, nakalimutan ko lang i-mention, meron po tayong yung Philippine Independence Day events, not malayo pa, pero this June, meron tayong Philippine Independence Day event with the community. So June 28 po siya sa Zurich. And any activity na plano ng Philcom around Switzerland, yun, plano namin. Puntahan, suportahan po sila. So, yun po. And of course, we will be doing our regular kamustahan sessions with the community.
Alright.
Ayun po.
And we wish you all the best sa mga activities and events po na nakalatag nilatag ng ating Philippine Embassy dyan sa Switzerland. Maraming salamat po, Consul General Maria Ana de Vera Sinasi, and of course ang ating pong Vice Consul Roel Casaklang, ang Third Secretary ng Philippine Embassy dyan sa Bern, Switzerland. Maraming salamat po sa oras na binigay nyo sa amin. Alam kong medyo yung oras, yung time difference napakalaki, pero kaya nagpapasalamat po kami sa oras na ipinagkaloob nyo dito sa ating programa. Nonetheless, meron pa ho kayong mga impormasyon at mahalagang anunsyo na gustong iparating sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa Switzerland at maging sa mga iba't ibang mga Pilipino na nakikinig sa atin ngayon sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. Go ahead po.
Well, una, thank you very much for inviting us to your show. Si Ambassador Bernard D sends his regards. He would have wanted to be here. But maybe next time, si Amba naman ang makakausap ninyo. And to all our kababayans in Switzerland and around the world, we greet you and our kababayans here, we thank you for the support. And if you ever need anything, basta keep in touch via our social media platforms. Yan talaga ang the best way. Kasi minsan telepono walang nakakasagot or what, but social media andyan palagi. And we've seen it's very effective talaga. So yun po. Thank you po sa lahat, and magandang umaga, magandang hapon po sa iyo.
Alright. Thank you very much po, Consul General, and of course, ganyan the same thing with the Vice Consul Kasaklang. Thank you very much, Vice Consul. And with that, we bring to a close another edition, another episode nito pong programang Babangon sa Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko. Hatid sa inyo ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Kasama natin, of course, ang ating Philippine Embassy dyan po sa Bern, Switzerland. Ako po yung lingkod, Ray Sampang. Muli po, isang masaya, mainit at mapagpalang pagbati mula dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Babangon sa Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko. Ugnayan ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service sa iba't ibang embahada ng Pilipinas upang maghatid ng impormasyon at kaalaman sa mga kalagayan ng ating mga kapwa Pinoy na naninirahan at nagtatrabaho sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Babangon sa Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko. Para sa isang Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko para sa overseas Filipino workers. Babangon sa Makabayang Serbisyo Publiko. Kasama si Ray Sampang dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.